Today we're going to be looking at the Eufy Anker Smart Lock, which goes on your doorbell or replaces your doorbell and your lock, and gives you like basically a live view of your doorbell. So without further ado, let's get started. So you got a fingerprint reader on there, which is kind of cool. So then you can get in your house with a fingerprint. So right on the top here, we have the two important things. You have the actual doorbell itself, which includes, take some peeling, ASMR peeling plastic time. So you've got the fingerprint reader, the doorbell. That's actually a pretty satisfying button. And you've got the locking mechanism back here. The fingerprint reader seems pretty solid. I will say the whole construction, actually pretty solid. All metal, which is what you'd expect hopefully for a doorbell. Then you've got the actual inside part, the inside locking part. Okay. And then on the back here, you have some batteries. So I'm wondering, do you have to charge this? Of course you do. It has a USB-C charger directly on the battery. Charging brick. Looks like a doorbell, so you can actually get in. SD card. And that's curious. I'm curious on why there is an SD card in the for the speaker. Maybe so you could play like a custom doorbell thing, maybe. Sync. Okay. Then you've got the actual bolts themselves. So yeah, so you can basically adjust it to your situation. And of course, you know, have your deadbolt on there as well. Okay, so you've got a bunch of other little screws on ends. You got the keys. I'm curious on where you got actual house keys. You got bolts. Curious where the key would go on this. In this front part, right? It looks like you can also do something to charge it directly from the outside. You got USB-C. Don't know where you would plug in the actual key though. Let's see. And you got, of course, I believe this is instructions. Or maybe not. I don't think there's anything else left in the box. So, you gotta open this up somehow. So it's like that attaches there. And that looks like an antenna. It goes there. Only problem is it didn't come with any instructions. That's wild. Okay. Well, I guess you're just supposed to figure it out. No, I'll go mess with this to figure out if I can. So then, the battery goes in there. Then it's all on the internal side of things. You can just replace it when the battery's getting low. Recharge the battery. I mean, I still think you should have the ability to charge your everything, of course, internal, but so yeah, so that's what you're basically looking like, and you've got, looks like, yeah, like that. So that's what you're looking at, like that, and then you got a fingerprint reader, so you can, then of course you can type in a password if you need a password, but it will be fingerprint reader only to get in the house, so you don't even need a key. That's cool. Now, only concern, of course, is can it be hacked? So, let me go install it, and we'll see where we go from there. So let's show you a little bit what it looks like, at least once it's all set up. Here's a little bit of a demo. So this is, of course, this side, and then you come over to this side, and of course you have the fingerprint. So you put your finger on there, and you can see sometimes it works. There you go. Sometimes it doesn't. The fingerprint is a little sensitive. For me, setting it up even kind of like bugged out, so it took 2 times to set it up. Doorbell works, so you can hear the doorbell works fine. But overall, yeah. And then you have all the buttons to push to put in your passcode or whatever. Yeah, so then you can shut the door, pull it shut, and push the thing to lock it, and there you go. You've got it all secure and all set up. So yeah. Just go back inside and finish the rest of the video. So it's conclusion time. Let's talk a little bit about the smart lock. First off, the motor in here is kind of sensitive. You don't have perfectly flush. If the deadbolt is slightly off, or things change, it obviously says it's jammed, which makes sense, but it's also kind of frustratingly setting it up. The app, for some reason, I can't find a way to add another fingerprint. I got to that screen once, but when you go into like the fingerprint section of it, you can't seem to find a way to add another fingerprint. Really weird. Let's see what else. It is very, very, the touch is very responsive. The fingerprint is very responsive. The camera, for some reason, also doesn't seem to work. So every time you try to click on the feed, it just bugs out and says that it can't connect to anything, even though the doorbell is obviously working fine, connecting just fine. Or sorry, the video smart lock is working just fine. So I couldn't tell you how the video looks. It's very frustrating, but don't know what's up with that either. Overall, would you buy this, or should you buy this? That's a good question. I think this comes in at like, this is an unreleased product, so I don't actually I'm not given the price. I think it's like, says it's like a $400 smart lock. And I could see why, is that it has a lot of features. Obviously what I've been provided is a early release version. It is very robust. It's very sturdy, at least, all metal design and stuff. It definitely, though, I'm not the lockpicking lawyer. I'm sure that there is an easy way to get into anything. However, this at least feels or gives the illusion of being strong and sturdy. I do like the whole touch interface, that it's really easy to get in if it's you. And other than that, like the button responsiveness is really good. It's all flush. The fingerprint sensor is really responsive, quick. Honestly, I like it a lot. But would I want to pay $400 to unlock my door with a fingerprint? And I think in a normal circumstance, unlock the door and then turn it. For me, that's, with the doorbell, of course, with the camera and stuff, that'd be great too. You're getting a whole package. It's just, for right now, all that's working for me is the fingerprint and unlocking the door with the code. So, I have to tell you what the camera quality is like. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful day, and see you next time.